Got a replay here from NC's Gala versus Smite player. Scaven versus Lizards. The Shredder of Lustry is good against Scaven generally. The rest of that's not typically what I see versus Scaven. And on the other side, that actually looks like a pretty normal Scaven build versus Lizards, except for the Avalanche Mortars. Usually you cut those. Generally, I don't like them because you know the Lizards are just going to spam skinks. So for this thing to pay for itself, it needs to entirely kill 5 skink units on their way in before it gets shut down by Riperdactyls or Pterodons or the Shredder or what's his name, Nakai, Krokgar, any of those guys getting onto it. So I don't know. I don't generally like them in this matchup. They're not terrible. I just don't think it's optimal. They're fine. They're fine in any matchup. On the other side, we have Skinks galore, Skinks with Javelin, Skinks regular, and a red-crested Skink. Shredder of Lustria, ROR, Dreadsaurian, then Gorok, the Master Chad himself, with all of his buffs, so he's going deep on the Foot Lord gonna carry. Bestowed on Rev Crystal to heal up the various single entities, and a Saurus Scar veteran with his leadership debuff on foot. A couple Coldwind Riders in the woods, and we have a Manticore summoner with Flock of Doom. Aside for the Scaven, a Rat Ogre, Stormvermin Halberd front line, including the Council Guard, some Eshin Triads, and then we have a couple Night Runners, the Avalanche Mortars, as I mentioned before, and some Skaven Slaves with Gracier Ruin, who has Aerial Net and Warp Lightning, plus his bound aerial damage slow, the Warp Storm Scroll, and bound Scorch. I really like, after the buffs, the Stormvermin Halberd frontline versus Lizardmen is quite good, especially the Council Guard, because the Lizard love to do this leadership debuff stuff versus the Skaven, and when you're literally unbreakable, it doesn't matter. So you're just kind of an annoying soup they have to get through. And as you can see, the Shredder of Lustry is not enjoying getting through that soup. Rev Crystal already healing him up a bit. Shield of Aeons giving him 60 armor. But Weeping Blade taking 50% of that armor off, so now that the Shield of Aeons wears off, he's down to 60 armor, and the Night Runners can actually get decent damage out. Night Runners were a bit clumped on the advance, but I like what they're doing in general. Just shooting at the large pincushion of the Shredder of Lustria with the Eshin Triads, nerfing his armor a little bit for them. It's just very good. The Avalanche Mortars are running into exactly what we worried about. They got 500 value, and they're done. They're out of the game at this point. Like, they're never going to get far enough away to set up and fire again, especially because the Skaven have a hard time keeping mobility dominance versus the Lizardmen. With Cold One, Feral Cold Ones, Cold One Spear Riders, and then Pterodons, Riperdactyls, and stuff. You just can't really bring dogs in this matchup. They won't do anything, and then without dogs, your mobility is incredibly slow and your punish is weak. Rat Ogres are bad at chasing things off, whereas dogs are great, so... Normally, the combo of Rat Ogres and dogs is key for Skaven mobility, but here it's just not worth it, so you generally stay tight. Avalanche Mortars, as we said, routing, but Coldwind Riders are ready to feast on anything that leaves the Skaven formation, like these Eshin Triads that are trying to come back. Skaven Slave Spears honestly could get jumped too by the Coldwind Riders, so Coldwind Riders will be eating good, just killing anything that leaves the blob. And inside the blob, the Shredder of Lustria is getting another heal, but it has been just living its entire life on top of the Council Guard, who are getting really good value from just poking it. Now Rat Ogres run up, start to get good shots on it, just occasionally punching that big dinosaur right in its big dumb face. Night Runners, one's out of ammo, the other one is getting close to it, but the Shredder of Lustria is running out of HP, so that could end up close. I do think the Skaven will run out of ammo before the Shredder runs out of health, so it should be able to get its chops going in melee for a bit. Coldwind Riders running away from the Skaven Slave Spears, not worth their time to fight a chaff spear unit, and that I definitely agree. I think they could have won. I also don't think it's worth their time. As we have a quick Warp Lightning on these Coldwind Riders, but the spread formation and how quickly they move means it is going to miss. The Shredder's down to 300 HP, but the Night Runners are essentially out of ammunition, so at this point it is just a holding game. If the Shredder can hold on, we have plenty more heals coming its way, and it can carry this game for sure. Shield of Aeons is down, giving the Shredder 135 armor total. Its leadership does tank, and it is going to rout. Once again, the Skaven do not have any form of mobility dominance here, so they can't guarantee that it will die. They try and get some Stormvermin Halberds to poke it in the sides, and they're doing okay, but once it gets in open ground, it should start to outpace them pretty quickly. Ooh, we do have Rat Ogres going after it, and where are the Coldwind Riders? Coldwind Riders are chasing off other Rat Ogres and not gonna protect the Shredder. We have some Red Crested Skinks that have rallied. They could buy the Shredder just a second. Get away from these rat ogres. Remember, the rat ogres can terror route while chasing something, by the way. So they currently have leadership buffs. I thought I heard the unholy clamor going down, but it seems to have worn off now. So yeah, the further they get from their allies, when they have enemies behind them and stuff, their leadership's actually going to fall. I could see them terror routing and the big guy coming back. Distillodon and all these guys still fighting on top of halberds. Gorok is going absolutely nuts in the background with his Sora Scar veteran friend. Shredder still has 965 HP, and there it is, exactly what I was worried about. Rat Ogres got too far away from their support and then routed, so the Shredder will probably be back. Distillodon Rev Crystal, 4 uses left. I think it used one on one of these heroes or something. Definitely needs to save a charge for the Shredder of Lustria on the way back in. We have a crap ton of Stormvermin halberds. I would not support Manticore summons at this point. If your caster's still alive, wherever that Pterodon guy is, he does need to be casting Flock of Doom over and over and over again on these Stormvermin. It's probably the only way you're going to kill him. Gorok is decent. Decent at clearing out infantry given a long amount of time, but I don't know if he can kill 3 Stormvermin all by himself. Where is the Skink Caster? I've been spinning my screen trying to find him. We have a full health Cauldron Rider out here just playing with some Scaven slaves. I don't see the Pterodon Caster. Somehow, somewhere he died. Because there's the Manticore it summoned. Or am I just blind? Okay, if anybody sees that skink, let me know. But I think he's dead, which is a big problem for the Lizardmen. Balance Power doesn't think this is over. I am incredibly concerned about the Lizard's chances of winning unless... Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. He's going to get the heal on the Shredder. Yeah. Never mind. Lizards are still in this. Lizards are in it to win it. I don't know if they will win, but they still have a chance. Out of the 4 Stormvermin halberds, 2 are half HP. The Council Guard are almost dead, and then 1 is actually pretty healthy. We have some Triads and some Rat Ogres and a couple Skaven slaves. We do still have, however, a healing dino, a big dino that likes getting healed by the healing dino, and a full health Cauldron Rider and a nearly full health Gorok. Still just vibing and surviving. Killing Stormvermin. 800 value for the boy. The man, myth, the legend. Rev Crystal trying to get back to its friends as the Shredder, and then we're going to heal Kite for a little bit. I can fast forward as they heal Kite. Dun 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 dun. Cold one charge into the boys. Gotta stand your ground on your way in. 47 melee defense. Honestly, the Stormvermin halberds can still get some decent hits on you because their bonus versus large, but sure, stand your ground is fine. No terror in the area, though, means it will be a little harder to get rid of these guys. The Lizardmen heal Kite continues, and the Conquest Point is uncaptured. Those Skaven Slave Spears are currently trying to deal with that problem on their own. Stormvermin halberds getting very close to routing, but standard ground is worn off on the Cauldron Riders, meaning they should be getting hits in, meaning they could get the winning in melee combat buff. It says losing currently -3. Nah, there they go. They routed. They definitely can't get it when they're routing. Meanwhile, Sora Scar veteran, tired of heal kiting around with the Shredder of Lustria, does jump in, just get a free route on the Rat Ogres. Unholy Clamor comes a little too late for them, I'm afraid, as the Skaven infantry continue to try and follow the Lizardmen healing blob around the battlefield. Rev Crystal, what are we at? 2 uses left, so he's healed the Shredder twice. Sora Scar veteran definitely overestimating his capabilities versus those unbreakable Council Guard, however, as now he is getting torn to shreds. He's not even on a Velociraptor, so that's just foot Scar veteran getting eaten alive by halberds. Night Runners caught up to the Shredder of Lustria. They will quickly be routed off, but I think they just wanted to charge in to slow down the blob and let the others catch up, maybe? They are getting a couple shatters out, I guess. So, But it doesn't seem like there was any follow-ups. Maybe don't chuck those Night Runners to their death. Skaven Slaves got massacred by Gorok and the Cauldron Riders, as we predicted they might a long time ago and in a land far, far away, but technically it happened. Rev Crystal waiting to get another shot on the Shredder for healing. Meanwhile, I'm kind of surprised the Gatling guns of the Shredder of Lustria aren't just shooting at all these guys next to them. I guess they're shooting the people in front of them, but could be sideswiping these fools. Another Rev Crystal heal is out. There's only 1 left on that thing after this. Shredder of Lustria walking past the Council Guard. Does get stopped, and it piles into them. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Terror Rout's the healthy one. The Council Guard are too low to really do that much damage as Gorok and the boys are trying to come back. But that Golden Rider used to be healthy and just whittling away under the constant pressure of various Scaven spear units, spears and halberds. Has been brutal for those guys. In comes a Warp Lightning. Good hit on the Golden Riders and the debuff. Musk of Fear might get them to rout it. Wears off. Yeah, it wears off, and their leadership rallies just barely. Shred of Lustria is going to hunt down the Gray Seer. Balance power is now in the Lizardmen's favor for the first time in a while. So the Golden Riders did rout. Bastildon with the Red Crystal is thinking about routing as well. The Weeping Blades of the Eshin Triads poking at his back. He can't survive very long. Gorok is at half HP and charging into the Stormvermin Halberds with his best buddy in the whole world, the Shredder of Lustria. Meanwhile, the Bastildon is actually slower than the Eshin Triad, so he does not appear to be coming back. That was the last heal the Shredder is going to get. Was it enough? Let's find out, as these Rat Ogres and Stormvermin are both about to tear out. When one goes, the other goes as well. I promise you. I promise you that. They will leave together. Unholy Clamor, keeping them in the fight for now. Once it wears off, I imagine the Rat Ogres will rout, and the routing Rat Ogres will also take the Stormvermin Halberds with them. But the Shred of Lustria is taking enough damage that it itself might rout before that even comes to pass. Unholy Clamor lasts for 2 more seconds. It is gone now. Watch. Does the Rat Ogre go? No, the Stormvermin go first. That's crazy. I didn't see that coming. Wow. Yes, I'm just a loser. There go the Rat Ogres, but... Okay, one after the other left like I said they would, just the wrong order. Take a sip of my drink. Watch Gorok try and murder more fools. Bounce power is now decidedly against the Lizardmen as the Shredder has routed for a second time. Once again, he does have the speed to get away once he gets on open ground. He should be able to get away from the Stormvermin Halberds. Gorok is going to be a bit of a problem to finish off. Eshin Triads have him surrounded. They're lowering his armor, which is annoying. You definitely take that. It's never bad to shred armor, but everything the Scaven have left is armor piercing, so it's not critical. Rat Ogre is going to jump in. Their leadership will fail after their charge wears off, and I think they might shatter. Those guys have routed twice, I believe. Shred of Lustria looks like it is back. If I pan up a little bit. Oh, nope, still has a white flag, but it might come back. Let me see your health bar. Yeah, you have positive leadership. Shredder will come back one more time. All right, Shredder's back. Scaven have the capture point, but with 400 seconds left, someone is going to definitely die. One army or the other is going to be dead before that capture point matters. It was captured too late in the game. It's not going to happen. Rat Ogres getting bad leadership. The Gray Seer's coming by. Gray Seer has a little known great buff, melee attack and leadership for everybody around it. So the Lord is nearby buff and that one make Skaven units that are next to the Gray Seer actually very, very hard to get rid of. Shred of Lustria is trying to kite out these halberds. It's not going to charge them, but it might get the attacked and rear debuff. Yeah, it did. So it got debuffed and shattered. With that, army losses coming close for Gorok. Routes off some Rat Ogres. He really needs to route things off right now just to keep balance of power from going too far against him. Gorok has everything popped. He is going for the Gray Seer, who is pretty fast, but the Gray Seer maybe flew a little too close to the sun. He just cast a Bound Scorch, which did do an overcast amount of small damage to him. Gray Seer's getting very low. Once again, its leadership is insane. Gray Seer's like on their bells, never route. It's kind of crazy. I know they're like the bravest of Skaven, but I mean, jeez. Golden Riders do rout. The Gray Seer will survive, and Gorok continues his bloodlust. So we have Skaven Slave Spears, half-health Stormvermin Halberd, more Skaven Slave Spears, and technically a Triad and technically a Stormvermin Halberd, but they're both so close to dead I don't really factor them in. All right, let's watch Gorok murder. I'll throw his health bar over here so you can see if it even moves. 1500 HP on him. 1400, 1300. It's not going well. The Gray Seer is trying to bait him into giving attack orders and presenting his back to the Stormvermin, but it's also going to just charge him if he doesn't turn around. Ooh, I'd be careful, Gray Seer. Overcasts again, with this time the Unholy Clamor. It just has a small overcast chance. 3 leadership on Gorok, who's being pushed in the bum. He can't turn around. He can't fight back against the Gray Seer. Man, if he landed 1 hit on the Gray Seer, he'd need 2 to kill it, I think. But if you landed one hit on it, ooh, with the mace, now it's one hit to kill. Can you turn around? No, he can't. His leadership fails. He's just been pushed around by the Grey Seer. Oh, Gorok, you're trash. That is a large reason of why they're trash, though. It's just like foot characters have too much jank to be real damage threats. So having a foot character that's tanky is kind of wearing a hat on a hat, because foot characters are already usually pretty tanky. And Gorok just takes that to another level, but he can't like dish out any damage, so it doesn't matter. 1300 value is not terrible for him, but I think he costs more than that. Shredder did great. Rev Crystal did awesome. Golden Riders did okay. GG's. Roar.
Subscribe, yes, yes.